So as the last bit in my trip to Asia, I thought I would read to you the resolution adopted by the Global Buddhist Congregation, the conference I went to in New Delhi, about the formation of a new international Buddhist organization. So it's quite interesting what they came up with. And I think they've organized some subcommittees to, flesh out the different things and figure it all out. But this will give you at least some idea. Okay, so this is the preamble. So it says, whereas heads and representatives from Buddhist Sanghas, national Buddhist federations, organizations, and institutions from 46 countries gathered in New Delhi, India from 27 to 30 November 2011 at the Global Buddhist Congregation. Okay, whereas Buddhists all over the world recognize India as the country where the Buddha Dharma originated with the Sambodhi Prapti, or enlightenment of the Buddha at Bodh Gaya, and where he taught the Dharma for 45 years. Whereas there is a need to preserve and conserve sacred sites and holy relics worldwide, particularly those that are historically connected to the life and times of Buddha, such as Lumbini in Nepal and Bodh Gaya, Sarnath, and Kushinagar in India, as well as Buddhist religious and cultural traditions as taught, evolved, and practiced over the centuries. Whereas human civilization today faces many challenges such as conflict, violence, extremism, discrimination, injustice, inequality, materialism, environmental degradation, natural disasters, and more. And it is agreed that solutions to these issues of global concern can be found within the principles and values contained in the Buddha's teachings. Whereas Buddhists all over the world, represented by the delegates at the Global Buddhist Congregation, feel the need to develop a common platform that will project a united voice and develop a common response based on the collective wisdom of all Buddhist traditions. Therefore, the Global Buddhist Congregation 2011 hereby resolves that 1. A new international Buddhist body be formed that will serve as a common platform for Buddhists worldwide, wherein Buddhist traditions are well represented. 2. The body will be called the International Buddhist Confederation. 3. The IBC will operate under the overarching themes of collective wisdom, united voice, and universal responsibility. 4. The IBC will complement and not compete with the work of existing Buddhist organizations. 5. The IBC will be headquartered in India. And 6. A representative working committee has been formed to prepare a draft constitution of the IBC and to convene the first general conference in order to ratify it. Okay? And the Global Buddhist Congregation further resolves that the responsibilities of the IBC will include, but will not be limited to, 1. Helping to protect, preserve, and promote Buddhist heritage worldwide, particularly in India and Nepal. 2. Providing a common resource of Buddhist knowledge for reference, research, elucidation, and education. 3. Presenting a strong and united Buddhist voice with moral authority to identify, recognize, protect, preserve, and revive Buddhist traditions, practices, and communities. 4. Giving priority to reviving, developing, and training Buddhist communities and Sanghas in India. 5. Emphasizing and advancing the role of women in the lay and ordained communities. 6. Making the Buddha Dharma more accessible to the younger generation and encouraging them in Dharma practice, activities, and social action. 7. Providing a Buddhist perspective on contemporary issues and presenting Buddhist teachings in a modern context. 8. Providing a forum for dialogue, understanding, and cooperation among different Buddhist traditions and schools. 9. Representing Buddhist values, principles, and interests in international forums such as the UN. 10. Assisting and supporting vulnerable and or under-resourced Buddhist bodies in need of urgent help. 11. Enhancing the knowledge of new followers of Buddhism by helping them in the study and practice of the Dharma. 12, contributing to peace building and conflict resolution. And 13, promoting dialogue, understanding, and cooperation among different religions and beliefs. Quite a scope of activities. Yeah, so, you know, whenever you form a big organization like this, there's big, broad, everything, and then what actually happens we have to see, you know, because it depends so much on the individuals working on it and so on. But, you know, it seemed that people did want to have some kind of united voice. And when you think about it, like before the Taliban blew up the those big images of the Buddha in Afghanistan, it would have been nice to have a global Buddhist organization who spoke out rather loudly about that. Yeah. So in those kind of areas it can be good. And this is something, since it's based in India, is really going to empower the Indian Buddhists, which are a comparatively new community just coming to life right now. You know, there's been some ordinations in the last few years of monks and nuns, and then the whole Dalit community I was telling you about. So this could help really energize them. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But like I said, the best thing was getting to meet all the people and the personal friendships. Yeah. Big organizations I don't know about. Does anybody have questions? Yeah.
Well, I have a question about existing international Buddhist organizations. What's out there?
Well, the only one I know of is the World Fellowship of Buddhists. But that one China participates in, so they won't allow the Tibetans to come as a separate delegation because they say Tibet is part of China. So that means that the whole exile community of Tibetans can't join in. Yeah, so, yeah. And in a lot of these, the Buddhist things, China has really come and, you know, kind of made a strong influence and not let His Holiness and other Tibetans participate. And, you know, they did this in one of the UN things on Buddhism and some years ago.